In this video, I'm going to show you how to create compliance and consent fields in your forms for legal purposes. So let's go ahead and navigate over to our contacts by clicking on contacts over here on the left-hand side. And then we're going to click on setup. And you'll see over here we have this consent field. And this is where we're going to start adding different consent checkboxes. So these are things that users are going to need to check to say, yes, I understand, I agree. And these are, for example, things like marketing communication. This consent checkbox you cannot remove from the system. This is always going to be there. And you need to make sure that if you are getting your audience to sign up and agree to marketing communications, they need to have checked this marketing communications consent box. All right, so I'm going to add a new consent checkbox, and I'm just going to call this privacy policy, for example. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now if I go to my website, so I'm going to view my website, and I'm going to add a block. I removed the form previously that I added, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that opt-in form back here. Opt-in. Oh, sorry. Opt. There we go. And I'm going to add their first name over here. And I'm going to make sure that those checkboxes are being added as well. So I don't need to add anything there, but what I do want to do is just scroll down in my settings and come here to consent. So I'm going to add those consent checkboxes, and you'll see that we have a few different options over here. First, we've got our title. You can change that to say whatever you want. This is just going to say terms and conditions straight off the bat, so I'm going to leave it as is. Then you've got your location. Is it above the button or below the button? I'm going to leave it below the button, above the button. And then you have your items. So here I'm going to add those consent checkboxes to this form. So 1, I'm going to add my marketing communication checkbox, and 2, I'm going to add my privacy policy checkbox. And then I'm going to go ahead and publish those changes. So now if I go ahead and navigate to the system in an incognito window and fill in this form, I'm going to show you what it looks like when a contact is recorded with those checkboxes. So let's just navigate over to an incognito window, and then I can go ahead and fill in this form. So I'm very creative. I'm just going to use my own name. So I've run out of fun names to add. So I'm just going to use my own. And then I want to receive marketing communications, and I would like to agree to the privacy policy, and I'm going to hit apply. So now when I navigate back to the admin area of my system, and let's navigate away from the website and come here to my contacts, and I come into my contact, you'll see over here in the consent area, I have agreed to marketing communication and I have agreed to the privacy policy. And this has been updated today. And then if I go ahead and do it again from a different user, so let me just navigate back. And this time I'm going to have, let's just go with good old Bob. Bob@demo.com. And Bob says, no, actually, I don't want to receive any marketing communication, but I do agree to your privacy policy. We apply. And then when we navigate back to the system and we go back to our contacts and we click in Bob, you'll see that Bob has actually declined the marketing communication and he has agreed to the privacy policy. So this is going to change depending on what your users select. So Bob has seen that, but he said, no, thank you, no marketing communication. So it is declined. So that is how you can add consent fields to your opt-in forms to ensure that you are sending marketing communication to consenting individuals and not sending just a bunch of spam and ruining your sender reputation. So that is how you can ensure that you do maintain a good sender reputation by adding those simple consent fields. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up automations for your contacts. I'll see you there.